Right, guys. So Zhilei Zhang has come out making his own prediction for what's going to happen between Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. He's going with the underdog. He's going with Daniel Dubois. He's basically saying that he's thinking, basically trying to say that essentially Daniel Dubois is younger, he's fresher, and he thinks Daniel Dubois is hungry to get the job done. So we're going to jump into this one. Be sure to like my video, share my video, drop your comments in the comment section below. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at official KO Boxing Vibe and Twitter at KO Boxing Vibe 1. So Zhilei Zhang's come out. He's going with Daniel Dubois, saying Daniel Dubois is going to beat Anthony Joshua. Going against the grain. Most people's going with the easy prediction, saying AJ is going to win. Some people saying Dubois is going to get knocked out. Some people are saying he's going to get stopped like in Ngannou settings. Some people are saying that just a matter of time, Dubois is going to be open like he was against Hergovic. He's going to take a right hand and he's going to get put to sleep. Some people are saying and saying and when he fought Usyk as well, he didn't want to carry on. Some people are thinking it's going to be quitting settings, but it's going to be interesting, man. I feel like for this fight, it is quite different. It's very different than any other fight Daniel Dubois has ever had before. Not just in terms of sort of a dangerous opponent in Anthony Joshua, but what is at stake as well. Because Daniel Dubois is currently IBF world heavyweight champion. Whether people say he got it by Usyk dropping the belt or whatever, he's the IBF heavyweight world champion. Doesn't matter. So Dubois in that fight with something to lose. Now, if he's got the IBF to potentially, not to potentially, if he's got the IBF, he's got the IBF on the line to lose. Big paydays potentially in the pipeline to lose. You think, considering the circumstances, is going to be there to just lie down for Anthony Joshua in front of all those fans out in Wembley? If he knocks out Anthony Joshua in Wembley in front of those 90,000 plus fans, because they're talking about now increasing the capacity because of the demand for people to watch that fight. If he knocks out Anthony Joshua in front of all of those fans, what do you think that's going to do for Daniel Dubois' stock in terms of his notoriety in the heavyweight division and even wider culture in terms of his popularity? He's going to do big numbers, big things. A lot more money is going to be coming his way. So with all those things on the line, you think this is going to be like Joe Joyce settings? This is nonsense. I don't believe that's going to be the case. Whether he loses or not, that's another question. But I don't see him just lying down there and then just the fight just going in that way. I think it's going to be a tough fight for him, for Dubois. I think it's going to be a tough fight for Anthony Joshua because it's going to be a while since AJ's fought someone that's got punching power, and is a live dog in the fight as well. Like if Dubois steps to Anthony Joshua and Joshua's there, he's open and takes a shot. Like Joshua could go. It's not even Joshua could go. Joshua will go down or be rattled, in the ring there. And same thing, vice versa for Dubois. If Dubois comes in there, and this is a point of view that I see is more viable. Talking about Dubois going in there and maybe not being defensively sound enough like he was against Hergovic, because he beat Hergovic, but Hergovic was landing right hands like quite often. And if AJ lands any of those ones, like it's not going to be that I'm going to come back and fight. You're going to be you're going to be knocked out. Knocked out. That's what's going to happen to Daniel Dubois. So I'm very sure Don Charles and Cole I've worked on that with Daniel Dubois, in sparring and in the gym and stuff. But it's going to be interesting to see how that translates to you actually have to fight Anthony Joshua, because Joshua's got punching power, man. If he catches Dubois, yeah, I want to see, especially after you've seen what happened with Dubois and that Kevin Lorena guy. This Joshua, if Joshua catches Dubois, why ain't gonna get through that fight very easily, man? It's gonna be a hard. It's either he's just gonna get stopped, because Joshua is someone, when he gets you hurt, he knows how to get you out of there. That's the thing. And Dubois is quite known for that as well. But Joshua is just explosive with his combination punching. And I think he will stop Dubois if he manages to really hurt Dubois, even Kevin Lorena style. I think he'll just get him out of there. But this fight is interesting. I see this fight as sort of 60, I'll say 60-40 in Anthony Joshua's favor. The 40% to Dubois, mainly because he's younger. He's an IBF world champion. He's got more on the line for this fight. It's wanting to hold the belt on future paydays as well. Fighting in front of the British fans, things like that sense. It's going to be up for the fight. It's got a lot to sort of dig in and grit into the fight more. So I think that's what gives me that sort of like 40% to give to Dubois. 60%, AJ's just got more experience. He's been in front of these Wembley crowds before. There's not going to be the excuse of his first time on the big stage. No, it hasn't got that excuse, and he's got a lot of experience. And his trainer Ben Davison is very good. But it's going to be interesting to see how AJ deals with this fight because beating Robert Helenius through Age Wilder, who's not even performing well, knocked out in one round, and then what's the other guy's name? Otto Wallin, AJ sparred Otto Wallin many times. Is sort of a comfortable opponent in place there, and Francis Ngannou not a boxer, so it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with a live puncher, and someone who's got a stiff jab as well, who can potentially break you down like Daniel Dubois, and he's young as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how AJ deals with that. But Zhilei Zhang predicting Dubois could beat Anthony Joshua, and it's not a far-fetched prediction. It could happen. It's heavyweight boxing, and Dubois does have some tools that can cause AJ problems. But AJ definitely has the tools to potentially dispatch of Daniel Dubois. It's going to be interesting, and it's also interesting to see where both of them would go potentially after this fight. Daniel Dubois, if he does win, obviously Usyk has got that rematch with Tyson Fury. Would Tyson Fury? I think if Usyk beats Tyson Fury, I don't really think Usyk's going to be really incentivized really to want to fight Daniel Dubois a second time, considering he's already beaten Daniel Dubois. But I think if Tyson Fury beats Usyk, and considering the fact that Dubois is a Frank Warren fighter and Tyson Fury the same as well, I think there will be a domestic unification there for undisputed between Dubois and Tyson Fury, and I wouldn't be surprised if then after the Dubois Tyson Fury fight, if then one of them two then goes on to try and see if they want to fight Anthony Joshua, not because Joshua's like maybe like big, because obviously in that timeline Dubois would have beaten Anthony Joshua, but it's still a big, massive domestic fight if that fight was to still to happen, particularly if it was Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens, man. Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Zhang going with Daniel Dubois to beat Anthony Joshua? What do you guys think? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys are saying. I will be replying to them comments in place there. And be sure to follow me on all platforms as well. Official KO Boxing Vibe on Instagram and Twitter at KO Boxing Vibe 1. Cool.